Leaving the Rockin' M Ranch, we drove to Afton, Wyoming. As we drove through the town, there was actually an archway over the road that was made of elk antlers. Next up on our list was St. Charles, Idaho, Minnetonka Cave. This cave is a little over a half a mile long, so you're going to go over a mile in and out. And there is going to be about 896 steps that you're going to go up and down in the course of going in and out of this cave. It is not what I would consider an easy trek. I know my legs and my wife's legs were really burning after this, but it was a really neat cave to see, and just stalactites and stalagmites that were over 100,000 years old. Really cool. Next, we drove through the deserts of Nevada to get to Las Vegas. And more desert. And did I mention more desert? Finally, Las Vegas. This is the High Roller. It is the world's largest wheel. They call it an observation wheel. They say it's really not a Ferris wheel. This has 28 observation cars, and they're air-conditioned glass domes, basically. You'll go 550 feet in the air, and the ride will take about 30 minutes, so make sure you hit the restroom before you get on. And the other thing is aptly named High Roller. Yeah, you pretty much need to be one to ride this, because it's $40 per person for that half-hour ride. We considered it money well spent, though, because the view from up there at night was unbelievable. Our second evening there in Las Vegas, we did take in a Cirque du Soleil show. However, they didn't allow any photography of that, so we don't have that to show. The city lights were just amazing. We walked up and down the strip, checking out all the different casinos, just walking inside and looking around, say that we'd been there. And we also stopped at the Bellagio fountains, and what a display that is. That it's just superb. The Eiffel Tower in Las Vegas is 540 feet high. It's about $27 per person to go to the observation deck. We didn't personally do this because we had already been on the 550-foot High Roller. Next, at the Mirage, my wife wanted to go see the Siegfried and Roy's Secret Garden and Dolphin Habitat. Here you'll see a lot of the animals that the magicians use in their shows, like Shadow, the black-spotted leopard. You'll see the white lions of Timbavati. You'll also see Java, the spotted leopard. And our personal favorite was the white tigers. In the dolphin habitat, while they do have scheduled shows, you can see the dolphins in their tanks anytime. The Forum Shops at Caesars is a really cool thing to see. Even though it's indoors, it looks like the sky is outdoors, and it changes regularly from day to night. It's really cool to see. They have the Fountain of the Gods in there, and lots and lots of shops. And then there's this cocktail garden, which would be a great place to sit down at the end of the day, and you can have a stiff drink and add up all the receipts and see how much you spent. The next day, we went north of Las Vegas out into the desert to do a little off-roading. And we were out there for a few hours and hoping to find or see some rattlesnakes and scorpions and, desert life. But pretty much that was uneventful. On the way back to Las Vegas, we did see a scorpion and a snake, but not exactly what we were expecting. The next day, we decided to go to the Grand Canyon. We went to the west end of the South Rim, where the Skywalk Bridge is, and it's about 10 feet wide. It extends 70 feet out over the rim of the Grand Canyon, and it gives you a clear view of 4,000 feet straight down to the canyon floor below. Now, Personally, we did not go out on this. They say that it is strong enough to hold 70 fully loaded 747 jets. However, what the steel beams could hold was not my concern. It was the glass. Even without going out onto the skywalk, there's plenty to do. There's helicopter tours of the Grand Canyon. There's shuttles to take you around to different parts of the canyon, and lots of photo ops too. Now, I would caution there is an awful lot of areas where you can get very close to the edge, and the gravel is loose. People go over the canyon edge all the time. You see it in the news. Be careful when you're doing this. Taking selfies. I mean, there's no reason to kill yourself, but these pictures that I took of my wife, one especially with her arms up in the air, actually, when that photo was taken, we finished and we walked off the back side of that because it is just a few feet down to a big walkway. She really was not at the edge, and there's plenty of places where you can get an effect without actually endangering yourself. So, be careful if you're doing selfies of the Grand Canyon. Leaving the Grand Canyon, we were headed home to Florida. As we entered the west side of New Mexico, the bluffs and vistas were very, very pretty. And then when we got more toward the east side of New Mexico, it turned more to a flatland. Crossing the state line of Texas, we kind of settled in and just listened to some music and chit-chatted on the way. This particular evening, we were going to be driving into the night a little bit. And as it got closer to twilight, we grabbed some absolutely beautiful photos. Now, these photos are not touched, photoshopped, or edited in any way. This is exactly the way it looked as we took these out the side window. It almost looked like from another planet. On the way back, since our trip was such a whirlwind, we decided to take a couple days just to slow down and unwind at Manatee Springs State Park. This is one of our favorite little state parks in Florida. It's not far from Brooksville, Florida, and they have really nice sites. However, there's only 3 campsites that will accommodate 40-foot units. Most of their sites are very small, being a state park. They have boardwalks, they have swimming areas, they have rental canoe and kayaks, all kinds of things here that you can do. And it's just a really nice little park. And what makes this park so special to me and my wife is in the evenings and early mornings, deer will actually come up into your campsites, and as long as you're quiet and still, they will walk through and not be scared at all. Well guys, that is it for our Western Loop trip. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you get all the latest uploads that we make. We do put a lot of videos out. Also, if you would, subscribe to our blog as well. I'll leave links in the description. Thank you very much.